So when you send a text message to the group and say who's potting multiple times, it usually requires an answer. You don't just show your ass up at fucking 10:05 and don't say shit.
Who do that?
You, motherfucker. What you talking about?
I was gonna say something too. Jay don't never respond though. You know, Jay only let us know when he not gonna be here for whatever reason, so you can just
he's
count
not never
him in.
here. When is he not ever here for us
That's
to know
not
he's not
true.
gonna be there?
He the most AC green
I'm
person
the most
next to
AC
you.
green nigga in here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
is
never there for us to know that he's not going to never there for us to know that Jay's not going to tell us that he's not going to be there because he's always here. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be AC Green Jr. So
you AC Green Jr. Like, if we added it up, you know what I'm saying? Like it was literally you and Flush holding it down before the COVID hiatus.
Indeed. But this is Brothers
COVID
Talking
break.
Shit podcast, episode 186. If you don't know, at the 186 episodes, who I am the Flush Man. I'm the fat boy. I will call you Broadish. I am your Huckleberry. No red cup today. It's too early in the morning. And I'm the AC Green of this podcast. Shit, holla at me.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka the Prince of Poppin'. Shh. Also, Relly with the white tee. And we did start this pod. I don't have my white tee on, but I still got a white tee on. Don't get you know what I mean? I still got a white tee on. You know what I mean? I'm still Relly with the white tee. I just threw a black tee on over top of the white tee. Right. And we're doing this pod early, so Flush can continue to be the AC Green of this shit. Right, I let him have it. He could have called it like, yo, can we pod at 7 a.m.? Right? So hey, I gotta go to work today.
We will get to it.
First of all, I want to say excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. But I am Big J. I got my green cup today, and I'm still shit on old Neefy up there. So let's go.
And this your guy, Cool Mike, aka Dr. Mike, BKA the People's Podiatrist, now known as Dr. Kumar Johnson, and we are a collective of men we call the Prophetic Podcast, because we be knowing. And we just some brothers talking early.
With your cool ass.
Hold on, man. Before we get going, we definitely forgot a new nickname alert, right? Chat JayPT, and I feel like a miss last week. We should have named the podcast that. Right? Yeah. And Dre sparked it up, and that's what I be talking about. Shout out to our brother Jay. Shout out to our brother Juice. Telling where Juice at, right? I know Dre got something going on, and I know what PJ is. JB, no excuses. Right. You know
yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah. Man, it is early, man. I don't know. This sober thing might be a thing. I don't know. I might have to sober up. It felt real good doing that intro and not forget nothing. Let's get to it. NBA draft. I really don't understand why it's 2 nights. Because the first night wasn't, besides whenever we seen Ace Bailey get drafted, we seen a little couple trades here, a lot of trades, a lot of second round picks move around. Seen the Lakers move up from 55 to 36 and got a guy. But I mean, I watched it because I'm an NBA fan. I don't see why something that I think everyday people watch the NFL draft. I think a whole lot more people watch the NFL draft than they do the NBA draft. So it makes sense to spread it out like that. I don't think it made sense to spread out the NBA draft to 2 nights. Just because there's probably nothing else to watch on TV at the moment.
Well, it's 2 rounds, right? You know what I'm saying? It is 30 teams in the NBA, right? So we talking about 60 picks and all, and I think the Knicks had a forfeited pick or something. So I think we only got the 59 or something like that. Somebody had a forfeited pick. I don't know. But yeah, 2 nights is unnecessary. They just trying to monkey see, monkey do with the NBA. And we had it wrong because I thought it was Thursday, Friday. It was Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. I didn't see round 2 at all. Right? Not one pick at all. And I don't think I got to pick. Matter of fact, I know when I stopped watching. I stopped watching when Baltimore's own Derek Queen got drafted, and I literally cut the TV off immediately after that. So like whatever pick that was that 13 or 13? Shout out to the Kobe pick. Right? So
he's gonna be nice too, yo.
He's gonna be nice.
He's gonna be nice.
He give me a little Zach Randolph
right.
What's my man Jefferson? Al Jefferson vibes. He's not gonna bang on you like that, but he got the moves down low.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be nice.
Yeah. That's literally when I cut it off.
Right, and he got the right attitude too. He got that Baltimore attitude too.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dog.
Yeah.
yeah.
We ain't going back to. So, but I didn't even honestly I didn't even watch either day. I just kind of I did what Neef usually do and clipped it up and just kind of rolled through and just and seeing who got picked. The whole Ace Bailey thing. And again, I was proud. Baltimore, Derek Queen, shout out. Got drafted, and then after that, but yeah, day two is ridiculous. 60 people to get drafted. They might as well do what we did and start at 11 in the morning and then just roll through the whole day, right? Take a
For
donut,
sure.
take a donut break or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Wardrobe change and stuff like that, and then come back and anything they're gonna have a halftime show next thing. So
They need it. They need it bad.
Somebody performing or something.
Yeah.
Jay, is this like your flu game?
yeah, man, this is my flu game right here. So I'm still gonna put up 55 on you. So
That's what the flu game means. You gonna have a good game because you're sick. I mean, you was out of town, you had your shirt off, you was doing a lot. I can see where the fucking cold came from. I seen them videos. I can see how pneumonia or some sickness. We got to go to the clinic. Might be
it was
might be a part of the rehab.
Yeah. Bunch of sexy reds running around and things like that,
Maybe
and then
IV or something,
And I've been hydrating and getting back. I had a couple situations, little situations. It's a lot of studs out here, yo. I mean, they are. I know we kind of switching real quick, but man, yo, these.
Oh, he definitely trying to have a flu game.
And this, and then they not bad looking. Like they coming out. They coming out in sundresses and forces and wondering why. Like, yo, thick.
I know we talk about the draft. Y'all ever see the video with the boy cutting the girl hair? And she's I don't want to use that term necessarily.
The little brown skin girl with the
dimples. She a pretty girl. Pretty. And he like, oh, you so pretty. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, he got a couple. He Tater Barber. So shout out Tater Barber because he got some.
And she be like, boys. She pretty girl.
And I don't know if y'all watch it either, but Jai TV, the lesbian homie, he got a couple bad joints.
Oh, Big Jai,
They're not really lesbians.
Some of them are. Because I follow.
I'm maybe thinking about the earlier ones. Because those
they on Lesbian Homie 4. Shout out to Big Jai. I paid for that joint. I watched it all early. You know what I'm saying? I watched the whole Lesbian Homie 3.
Oh, well, we definitely going left field with it. Big Jai.
No, Big Jai is the man.
Yo, Big Jai, the names they give him. His names or his name like Thaddeus or
LaQuavius.
Yeah. That's my uncle name, yo.
Yeah, it's a joke.
My bad, my bad, cool. Did you watch the draft?
It's definitely good. It's definitely this. You knew this podcast was going to be today anyway.
Yeah, we do.
They got no topic.
Slow news week, but yo, that's what we are.
They be some of the best bangers, baby. But I don't have time really to my mess around time probably ain't gonna be on that. So I do check-ins, right? I can't sit the same way. And it's probably just to contrast the NFL and the NBA, like the whole secret way that they even get the draft picks to begin with, plays a part in it for me. And almost like it's just theater, right? But I was interested in the Ace Bailey didn't want to go anywhere story, and kind of still am,
He showed up in Utah though. He showed up.
Did he show up? So
he went yesterday.
Yeah, good. Let's. I mean, it is what it is, and just play. Just play. Really was interested mostly. Again, shout out to Derek Queen in Baltimore again, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And not to make it just centric, but it's a big deal. He hit the shot, and they asked him about the confidence, and he mentioned the city and all that stuff. So
I'm from Baltimore. That's why.
Yeah. People gonna be natural followers of that and that understanding. So I was really interested in those things. We knew what Cooper was going to go. I don't know. That's about it for me. Those are the main things that I follow. Everything else kind of comes at the stuff start again, and I have to give credit again. These are probably some of the most exciting playoffs, despite a dynasty team making it that they've been collectively in a while. So it did pique my attention a bit. So I'll be curious to see. It's probably going to be able to capture me a little earlier in the season, heading in the next season.
Yeah, so 1 degree of separation from Derek Queen. I've been around him a couple of times. We got the same barber. Shout out to my big brother Joe, right? So I went to the barbershop one more like, golly, yo, tall as hell. He tall as hell, right? I'm 5'8". That motherfucker, like, I swear about 6'10" my ass, right? Like that motherfucker, yeah, right. Definitely pause, but he tall as shit. Real good kid, man. Cool dude. You know who won draft night? Dylan Harper's mom. Right?
Oh my God!
Yes, Lord. Yeah. Let's turn it up in here. Like, it's early, you know. I already had breakfast at OJ. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn it up in here. Yo, Dylan Harper's mom, fine as shit.
You gotta think about how old they is though, and how old we are.
She might
well,
be
Don't say we. Don't say we.
Well, I'm just saying he probably like 18, 19. So she what? 37, 38, maybe 40?
No. His father is Ron Harper, who is by far older than all of us.
That don't mean he ain't had no young tenderoni.
He might have had him a young tenderoni.
I mean, the stuff let's
Chat JayPT.
You know what? If we turn it up, hold on. The stuff we heard about Ron Harper, I'm surprised he even got kids. We're gonna take it back. They was saying
I don't even know that
Ron
story.
Harper.
No, I don't know.
They were saying Ron Harper and Eddie Murphy and some old wild shit.
Oh shit!
I think he referred to the gate in the front though. What you say, bro? Resort to the
tag in the front.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've heard
entertainment purposes
suspect, only. You know.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. Ron Harper's mom definitely was wearing the hell out that black dress. She's a beautiful woman. I don't care how old she is. 34, 44, 54. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
Up them up in 5.
Right, exactly. Right. Dylan Harper. Yeah, he went to San Antonio. I got on Jordan for that corny shit. Did you see how he FaceTime Victor Wembanyama
from the Spurs?
I played for the Spurs. My name Vic.
Why would you be calling me if you didn't? Why would I be taking this call if you didn't, bro?
Why would I not know who you are?
I'm bored.
And that's JB Bands, yo. That's
you gotta be a special. You gotta be that kind of bull in San. That's why they put you in San Antonio.
You gotta be.
Like if New York can eat you alive, like you see what New York is doing to a 10-year vet like Cat. The way Cat talking, we never heard none of these things until now. Imagine putting this kind of cat in New York, on the big.
Stay your ass in San Antonio with a lame.
And listen, he will be there for his whole career too.
Yo, you ain't never y'all cooking without even realize how much y'all cooking. Y'all
you gotta hide him, cool. You gotta hide him.
Oh my God, them Cat. You walking up to strange New Yorkers, bro, and then put the oh my God, and they all got a Cat story did not come out until he got to New York. You're absolutely right. It is some of the most hilarious stuff that you can see and understand in basketball. And you are absolutely right. If Wembanyama was in a place like that, that's the kind of stuff that will be pointed out all the time. Are you kidding me? He could have been like, call me Vic. Hey, Dylan, call me Vic. Right? I played for the Spurs in San Antonio.
What is You know, Popovich used to be my head coach.
Yo, do you think
did you know the Alamo was here? What is wrong with you?
Do you think with those guys? Because think about it. When I think about it, they hide those guys? We didn't know Giannis was going to be Giannis.
Right.
But you put Giannis in Milwaukee. You put Luka. Luka was going. Imagine Luka in Atlanta. Remember, he got drafted by Atlanta. Got traded
with Trae Young
to Dallas, and he didn't want to leave Dallas.
Yeah.
Them guys get comfortable in those, and they probably better off because look at Joker in Denver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's none of those foreign guys. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if you think it's somebody else.
Gildress and OKC.
They're not in LA. Any major. They're all nice guys. They're not in any. They're all kind of goofy too, but they're all in small markets. None of them are in the major markets. I can't think. Am I missing somebody?
Dirk and Dallas,
Porzingis was in
New York.
New York,
Yeah,
but
And they
yeah,
pause.
there was a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
There was some New
yeah.
York stuff
Throw his
going.
ass
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Well, New York
Yeah.
will blow anybody up, really.
So let me
Right.
ask y'all. Go,
Yeah.
Pooh. Go,
But
Pooh.
no,
Go. No,
I
no,
think
no.
there was a question with how you mentioned with yes, there there likely is some matching of personalities with the city, or there should be. There should be part of the due diligence of any team. You almost can't even blame, them, right? And um it actually has come to light when I think about it more recently with people talking about Ja needing to be out of Memphis, right? And there's just something apparently about the proximity of how things get down and what goes on, and how they're able to move or how things can move in that city in particular, especially when it comes to the NBA culture. And I don't know to advocate one way or the other, but definitely something to it. Definitely.
I see something with they were talking about J.R. Smith and how J.R. Smith was saying that when he was in New York, it was hard to concentrate. When he went to Cleveland and it wasn't that much to do, they were doing more team activities and things
Yeah.
like that.
That's Cleveland affiliate.
I
Who
got
might?
I got a story specifically to that, bro. It actually is mine, right? When
Right.
I was headed to or choosing through podiatry schools, it's not a lot of them, but one of them was in Cleveland, and then um Temple has a podiatry school, right, in Philly.
Mhm.
So I wanted to actually go to Temple. It was my first in my mind as I'm going through this process. On paper, when you write it down before I even know anything, Temple was number one. So I go to Temple for a visit, and it was a great visit, right? Hour and a half, whatever, give or take. And I know the vibes. I got along with Philly and Philly adjacent folks through my college career and all of that kind of stuff. And they was having like a jazz fest and all that. I ended up not going, but Greek fesses and we driving to Philly with maps. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, type stuff. So it was somewhere where I wanted to be. Okay. So then I take the interview to Cleveland, and I had an interview for a school in Miami. Right. So Philly, man. I take the in that interview for Miami was third. Take the interview in Cleveland, and it absolutely, as soon as the plane hit the ground, felt slower to me. Being from Baltimore, wanting to be, and that's actually why I chose it. I chose it. It in part flipped my decision uh, from Philly in Temple to Cleveland. It was further away from what I knew, and it was slower, kind of by design. It's hard to say, not to take away from Cleveland City because it's fast, but it was definitely something to a vibe to that, and it allowed me to focus more. If I'm being honest, otherwise I probably would have been home
A
more
lot more.
often, and definitely out in the city of Philly, any given time, and it just wasn't that kind of thing in Cleveland at that time. So I can fully understand that.
But
I gotta, I gotta, I gotta commend you for having that maturity to make that decision, because I remember being in Virginia in the 4 or 5 hour drive, wanting to be in Philly all the time, and wishing I was closer to Philly and those type of things. And that makes perfect sense, though. It would make more sense to go to a quieter spot where I can focus on what I'm here to do instead of getting caught up. Because even in Philly, which is the biggest city, like you said, you already knew folks, so it would have been easier for you to get to. And Temple in the hood, like
Right.
a block behind Temple. Like don't
Yeah.
listen, don't be not from Philly and just walking around back there. Like I'll walk around back there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without
Right.
being aware of everything that's going on. So it seemed like, especially if you now, let's say you're not from Baltimore, you're from another place. I'm at Temple,
Right.
and it's so nice right here. Sit on Broad Street, 2-3 blocks back, boy, is the fucking jungle.
Right.
It's it.
That's how I used to be. And I don't mean to hog, but like that's how I used to be. Shout out to Howard. Bert has yet another appearance on the podcast. just from proximity. Long story short, the freshman dorm at Howard University, Drew Hall, had a border called Hobart Street, and they named them Hobart Street Gang. I don't know if that was their real claim. It was in a write up paper, but like every year, it seemed that the Hobart Street Gang or the neighborhood used to get into it with some freshman dudes, you know, at Howard, and it would be written up in the Hilltop and all the, these kind of things, and we never got into it. For example, me and Bert, for example, with a neighborhood. Why would you think that is? Because coming from a place where we know how to move and head on the swivel and know how to interact and know how not to act in somebody else's neighborhood, right? It just didn't happen. But like you would get green folks, people from not a space, from not an understanding, maybe slower spaces, not no lesser, but just different and not know how to move. And usually it be those kind that would get into it. They don't know how to act in somebody's neighborhood, especially called the Hobart Street Gang. It's now been gentrified, by the way. And those $30,000 homes are like $1 million homes.
Yeah.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
So
that whole surrounding area.
Yep.
Not a topic, but we here. Free agency start on Monday. Is there anything you're looking at as far as what might happen as far as free agency, or kind of got an open mind with it?
I need a big man. I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, I definitely, golly, it's crazy. Yeah,
Jay gonna do his job. Jay gonna do his job. He gonna correct me, and he gonna point out every pause that happens.
It is 100% pause.
Yeah. And he fact check.
Yeah, true.
Hey,
that JPT.
Right, that's triple double. That's triple.
He put it up with the flu game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna carry him off. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be any major moves.
I don't think nothing big splashes. I mean, Giannis movement will probably be the biggest splash
if it happens.
If it happens, that would be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
they're moving.
They're not going to. They ain't even. And I've been watching stuff that hasn't even been a topic
because they're gonna want too much for Ja, and they're not gonna give up too much for Ja.
What I'm saying is, who thought the Luka trade was going to go through, right? That wasn't.
You're right.
That wasn't nothing.
True.
Anything can happen.
I wouldn't. So
yeah.
I said he was going to go to the Spurs, but then they got Harper just now. So I thought, and then KD just went to the Rockets, which was trash. But they might look for some help for him to bring somebody over.
To the Rockets?
Yeah.
I told you, listen, the NBA is changing. All that big team, it's a league of copycats. So what happened this playoffs? Two teams with deep rosters, pause, if that's a pause, with deep rosters were in the championship. So teams are now looking towards, no, we don't want a top heavy, pause, if that's a pause, top heavy team. We want a team that goes 10, 11 deep, pause, if that's a pause. You know what I'm saying? You want more players that you can play, more than it being a 3 superstar, and then like the teams that Kevin Durant has been on the last 2 stops, where you got 3 superstars, but then no bench, no help.
If you not a GM thinking like you just said, Flush, then you could be a GM, because it's been brewing like this for a while. Mm-hmm. Where you need something. That's why I don't understand how recalcitrant you could be as a coach like Thibodeau, right? To not just go play them early. Who cares if you play the regular season with a deep bench? You'll find out some things by the time it come to playoff time, even if you shorten, and you still should be playing, a little deeper than 6 or whatever, especially the way they jumping and doing these things and how much the wear and tear is on the body in general. So if you ain't thinking like that, you could be a GM, in my opinion.
And also with that, you got to build these guys' confidence, right? So they just sitting there, and they're like, oh, when am I gonna get it? Oh, it's 2 minutes left. Let me get in here. I'm gonna dribble the ball for 3 seconds over the court, and then I'm just gonna hand the ball off to the ref. But if you build these guys a little confidence, right? Oh man, I can, my shot is still here. Then their confidence builds, the team builds, and everyone builds,
But
together.
see, like if you look at like the Celtics had Naismith. They had him sitting on the bench not playing, and he goes to Indiana and starts in Indiana and does that. And then when you have an injury like a Tatum injury, at least now you know what you got sitting behind that. If they're not playing, you'll never know what you have.
And why have 15 if you're only playing 7 to 8?
Exactly.
That's a lot.
And if you look at Memphis trading away Bane and getting Caldwell Pope, who's a little older, and getting them draft picks. Now that's even more of a reason to keep keep Triple J, and then have that deeper, because you got to pay Bane and make it. That's 3 guys that's going to get. You got to keep Triple J because he's a defensive player of the year. Ja. He sells tickets. Those are 2 you keep. Bane, we're gonna let you go here. Then we got a bunch of pieces around that. Then we go 8, 9, 10 deep, and then we probably got a stronger look. That's what I'm seeing being the thing of what's happening as far as in the league. We're not NBA, we're not NBA,
no
correspondents. I should be one.
We better than the ones that we see on TV every day.
Man, look, I think y'all making some really interesting points around the whole entire pod, because part of what we're able to see now with these players, active and retired, but the retired ones that are unafraid, these restrictions on minutes, these hard line stances, these coaching decisions that seem to come from above, no matter how well somebody is still able to do the Jeff Teagues and these admissions and things like that, man, it's crazy how I guess behind the scenes really does go, in that. So plus I think again you make another good point that does make sense, especially on Memphis side, to go more from a volume standpoint, and it's a lot of good players, a lot of good players, that probably don't get the burn they could or should, just based on this whole maybe old school thought. It seems like I don't know.
Politics of basketball, like you said with the Jeff Teague situation. I remember I'm telling the story where as though I forgot what team he was playing for. It might have been Atlanta, or he might have went back to Atlanta, and somebody else was there. And he was like, "Yo, dog, no matter what
Jeff
you do,
Teague signed basketball.
They're gonna give you 15 minutes." He like, so even if I'm and coach told him like, "Yo, no matter what, you're getting 20 minutes. I don't care how hot you are. You're getting 20 minutes, then you're coming out. It don't matter. When you get the 20 minutes, that's it. So we close, and I'm ball. I got 30. You telling me I'm coming out? Yeah, that's just how we doing it. So it's politics and all that.
That's weird.
Along with
it's weird. Like, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day, and people trying to protect their assets and create value, and putting butts in the seat is part of that, right? Regardless of winning or losing, right? That's part of
number
it,
one,
so,
right?
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the draft, because I'm not done with that shit.
Okay.
I'm definitely not done with it. Where y'all want to go, to the coverage or to the draftees? I choose, because I got shit to say about both of those.
Coverage.
Coverage was fucking horrible. Who was it? Mike Tirico face ass dude. I don't even know his name, but it wasn't Mike Tirico. The one who was sitting next to Stephen A. Smith on the left. So you had Stephen A. Smith in the middle, and my man who used to be the GM out in Golden State.
Right.
Him.
Perk wasn't there?
Huh? Who?
Perk?
No.
It might have been which night you was.
The first night, the only night I watched Flush.
Right. So it was.
What's my man name who used to be the GM of
the white boy, right, the Golden State.
What's his name, Jay? Him, and they were just going back and forth, and Stephen A was just bashing everything that happened, right? Like, he was talking about Ace Bailey 3 picks before, and then like 6 picks after, right? And they were just like, "Oh, such and such," like it was all negative to the dude. Golden State boy was like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
to Skip? Yeah. I said to Skip.
Yeah,
Stephen A?
It was just trash. Molly, what's her name? Monica McNutt was asking crazy, stupid questions.
You could tell her energy when she. It's the
weird,
last couple.
They made it worse. It's like
Bob Myers.
Bob Myers, that's his name. Yes.
Right. I'm trying to think about who you talking about. It was somebody else up there. You said.
Yeah, that's how crazy. You're like, you don't even know who I'm talking about. You know. Yeah,
because when I recall, it was the chick that usually run the NBA situation, the NBA show, and they had the pretty little WNBA light skin joint who be on the coverage, and then I feel like it was I don't know. Yeah, it ain't nothing to stand. It was a boring night. Besides you wanting me just really nothing to watch on a fucking Wednesday, it wasn't really must see TV. Like you said, I could have did what Cool did and just popped in and seen what was going on and kept it moving. So what was the other thing? The way they was dressed.
Bro.
Yo, that and growing
What'd you
up,
say,
right?
Jay?
He said, bro.
My bad.
Yeah, yeah. Men of a certain age, right? We all are, right?
Right.
And we remember watching the draft in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, right? Remember
Right.
how happy they were to be drafting the NBA. These kids look like they did not give a fuck about going to the NBA. Right, like there is no senior level of the NBA, right? Or if you count the big three, but the NBA is the pinnacle of everything you've been working for since, you know what I'm saying, church league, AAU, middle school, high school, 1 year in college, and then you get to the NBA. It was like, yo, you being drafted. My man that went to Toronto, he looked down, it was like, fuck. Like, he was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the Raptors.
His guy was like, damn.
Yeah.
I thought they said there was something to that, though. He didn't really feel like that. But I get what you say.
He said it. I don't care. I don't care.
You better not say it.
It wasn't a happy fuck. It wasn't like,
this right here said it all. This right here said it all.
Like, of course, you got to spend it now. But that ain't what his face said.
Well,
I'm a proponent of your initial reaction to what's happening in real time. I don't care what you said the next day. Fuck out of here.
Once they got their hands on you and you saying the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what proponent mean, right?
What I say? What this say? What this say, real quick?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Before you ever question me about something, let's talk about the Bible and the dictionary. Okay?
I read the dictionary. The Bible.
No. You said how was the Bible created when they didn't have no words? Remember? I got the clip. Don't make me do that so before you be asking me what words mean and shit. Remember, I got the files. Okay, I got every post, I got all the episodes. Okay, I do know what proponent means, sir.
Okay, all right.
Shit, I ain't dumb, motherfucker. I got a fucking associate's degree.
It's still early in the morning, so.
Yo, they did not care, yo. The only person I seen care was my man from Africa, the one who played the center from Duke. I think his name is Kamon. Forgive me, I don't want to mess with last name.
The Sixers drafted too.
Who?
In the third pick. He the one gave the money back, or what did he do? He gave some money to MIL money to
NIL
to his country.
NIL money.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because the millions he's keeping.
Nah, he didn't go to Duke. He went to
I thought you talking about the African boy who gave the money back.
I thought it was the kid that went to the Sixers.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it was the African. I'm talking about the dude Cedric Coward,
the center, right?
No, he the young boy who worked his way up, who was D3.
The one that went to Georgetown. Oh, him.
Yeah, he was out Washington.
Washington State.
No, I'm just saying he looked like. I'm just talking about the energy. I don't have all the backstory that you talking about. I'm just talking about the energy. The African dude was crying the whole time. I know that's the center from Duke, and then my man who was the D3 boy who played his way in the D1 and was about to go to Duke, and then bust his ass in the combine, whatever it's called, pre-draft workout, and then you know what I'm saying, he went lottery. His name is Cedric Coward.
I think a lot of these kids, because they got people telling them how great they are, they feel like it's just, you think about it, from AAU, they always felt like I was going to be. And some kids, like the kids you're talking about, who didn't expect to be there, and you got them guys who felt like they was always going to be there. But what's going to happen is once they get to the league, they're going to be humble, because a lot of these guys, some of these guys ain't going to pan out.
You talking about VJ Edgecombe? He was that. Yeah, he was happy, but he wasn't like my man. I'm talking about. Kamon Malinup, yeah, that's the center from Duke. He was in full-blown tears. VJ Edgecombe did give his NIL money back, so you know what I'm saying, people could go to school for free and do all this stuff. Yeah, make sure I get the names right. My bad.
But I think a lot of them guys feel like they're the man already. And what happens is you can look however you want to look on that stage. You had to put that jersey on. And I think the summer league is going to have some of them guys, going to show some of them guys what it is. And then when you get to that team, and they're not going to play. Look at last year. Name 5 people from last year's NBA draft.
I can't.
Really, like, I don't even remember who. I think the kid from Memphis won Rookie of the Year. Who won Rookie of the Year?
Victor Wembanyama.
No, that wasn't last year.
It wasn't.
That was 2 years ago. Jay, you're not gonna say nothing? That wasn't last year. You don't even know.
That wasn't his rookie year last year.
That's just for me.
Hey,
That was
just
year
for me
two.
energy.
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you in that
And
one.
that just for me energy? Because if I'd have said that shit,
No.
how you don't know? Oh, you only watch clips.
I thought was it Castle? I thought he played for the Spurs too. Was
It might have been Castle. Was it Castle? Yeah, it was Castle. It was Castle.
Who? Spurs or Castle?
They
Spurs
had
Castle,
years back to back.
But name the all rookie team. Nobody. The kid from the Sixers was having a pretty good year. He got hurt. Dog Connect started off kind of hot. He
got traded.
got traded and came back. And then it was kind of over. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can not cry. You can be whatever. You still gonna have to. How many of these guys are we going to be talking about later on? There's a guy that went 20 that is going to be an all-star. That just happens.
Oh,
when you got Maxey and you got different guys in the league. So it's a couple guys that's in that top 5. That's in
Jokic.
Yeah, second round pick.
Yeah,
second round pick. Right. Reeves, undrafted. You're gonna have all those kind of guys, and you're gonna have some guys who Anthony. What's the main man who got drafted by what's the name number 1?
Bennett.
Anthony Bennett's and you get what I'm saying? You're gonna have them guys too. So
Michael
you can be cocky, not seem happy. You better enjoy you better put that money to good use because that might be the only contract you get.
Yeah. What y'all think Cooper Flag gonna do?
I like Cooper Flag.
He went to Duke, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Shit.
No, I'm just saying that
Wake it up in here. Wake it up.
That Duke thing is a thing.
I like Cooper Flag. He has his mind right. His body is he's not one of those stick figures, right? So,
pause. Like, no, I'm just,
I had to think about how to say this because I knew
it's not good. No,
I knew
I'm just doing Jay shit. I'm on my Jay shit today.
I knew you was, don't be me. All right, calm down, Onifi.
Here we go.
Get
your thought together. How many you got, bro?
I think he's gonna pull a 40 game. Have a couple of those. He probably get rookie of the year. If he stays healthy.
See, I don't know if he gets that because the only way he might get rookie of the year is that team just wins a lot. You got a lot. You're not walking on no team where you the guy. As much as he is the guy, you got 3 Hall of Famers on that team. Kyrie's out, yes, but you got Anthony Davis, who's going to take shots. You got Klay Thompson. You got PJ Washington, who think he a guy and trying to get money or trying to set his situation up.
So you got 2 people you just said
who's
going to play. Anthony Davis ain't going to play but 18 games. So
that's possible. That's possible.
Right?
And it might not be so possible. How many years? Hold on. What years? This is a question you got to ask. What year is AD in his deal? Because if he in his last year, he might play 70 games. Matter of fact, the year that 2 years ago he played 70-something games. When you got something to prove. So you're right. He could not play, and then he could play 70 games.
He
got Klay Thompson.
He don't play 70 games on 2K. I don't know where you get these 70 games from.
He played 70 games the year before last.
No, I don't think he's gonna play that much. I thought you were talking about.
He probably not. But I look at when you look at, I think he's gonna be pretty good. I think you're going to a team that got people on it though. When you got a guy like, let's say, well, shit, I can't think of nobody. Because even with the kid Bailey going to Utah got Bulls there. So, I mean, Cooper Flag could be rookie of the year. But I think it could be somebody else who's on the team that I'm trying to give a garbage-ass team right now who don't got nobody, and somebody can go there and shoot and average 20. That might be rookie of the year.
Like a Utah Jazz, like an Ace Bailey.
But see, I was just saying, Utah Jazz got, why you thinking they don't? They got guys on their squad.
Who?
They got marketing. They got marketing. They got
Lloyd. Did you say Lloyd Marketing?
Marketing. They gave him a lot of money, and he's there for. That's what I'm saying, Jay. I know a little bit more about hoops than you do. I know a little bit more about hoops than you do. He averaged 20 points.
Who won the NBA championship?
I don't know, Jay. Who won the NBA championship?
I want you to ask me that. Who won the NBA championship?
I'm not because I watched the whole thing. So why am I answering you that? Okay, so what that mean?
Who said that from the beginning?
Okay.
I did. I'll put my name on that.
Nigga, They won 60 games 2 years in a row. Stop acting like you're not a fucking psychic. You didn't predict some shit that was amazing. Now, if you just said the Pacers was going to the finals, that would have made sense. You saying the OKC team that won 60 games this year and won 60 games last year going to the finals ain't no fucking discovery like you know something. The fuck is you talking about?
I analyzed the game.
No, you just know. All you gotta do is watch the fucking shit, nigga.
Do y'all know who that is?
Hey, yo, VJ.
Do y'all know who that is?
You look familiar, but I can't think of who the fuck it is.
No.
That's the dude who did the damn NBA draft coverage with Stephen A. Kevin Nagandi is his name. I was like, what the fuck is this? Right. Exactly.
I don't know who the fuck
that was
he is
my point.
neither.
All right.
Jay talking about, I picked the OKC like you some fucking miracle worker. Nigga. Give me the lottery number then. What the fuck is you talking about?
You got 4 minutes. Go get a cup. Because I need the knee back. That's gonna be real. Right now, I don't know.
How am I not being real, bro?
I don't know what you need some healing.
Guess what, Jay? What was you watching this morning? Because when I woke up this morning before I started this podcast, I said
Lori Marketing's good. Like they gonna bank on Lori Marketing. Like who's gonna put their money down on Lori Marketing?
He got a max contract. Somebody's put money down. What the fuck are you talking about, Jay?
Len Bion's got a max contract and he OD'd in the parking lot. What are you talking about? Like who?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like
I'm done, yo. What the fuck do Len Bion have to do
what are you
with this?
saying? Like just because someone has a max
What I'm saying is they got some. What do that mean? If I invested $200-something million, that means something, Jay.
That don't mean he gonna put up points on the. You can invest the money into the person. Don't mean what's the point?
What I'm telling you is you put a 19-year-old in grown man situations. It's supposed to have been in the league. They're not gonna sit back here and just scoot over and let you have your fucking way. Because you the fifth pick, nobody give a fuck about none of that.
What's old boy guy? The white boy that got drafted before Melo. That's not in the league no more. And
he went to a veteran team and never stepped in.
They gave him.
You're proving my point. They didn't give him max contract money because it's a rookie deal, Jay. Now what the fuck you talking about when you start talking to me? You get a max money. He never got no money. He had his rookie contract and that was it. He was out the league. Okay. Or he got a little money. He ain't get no fucking max deal, Jay. What the fuck is you talking about? Don't talk this support shit to me.
It wasn't no super max back then.
He didn't get no max at all. He wasn't even playing for them, bro. What is you talking about? You don't know nothing about no hoops. Listen, man, stick to what you know, man. If I want to know the lunch schedule at the strip club, I'll fucking call you, all right? What is he talking about?
Strap your shoes up. Let's go.
Hey, cool. What's wrong with him, cool?
Yo, he just said Lori Marketing.
I'll be on ice. Y'all know why he wouldn't do that with me.
You're not a figure skater. Like,
don't do that with me, Jay.
Yo said you needed the red cup like it was a Snickers commercial.
Cool.
Oh, this is definitely one of the fucking episodes. We still the fucking first topic. We 42 minutes in. Fuck it. Fuck it. We here. Oh, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. I love you, Jay.
I love you, bro.
All right, nigga, you better say that shit back.
Don't say Lori Marketing. I'm gonna put your money on Lori Marketing.
I didn't say I put my money on Lori Marketing. What I'm saying is,
I don't care how much max contract he gave him. I'm not putting you're not putting Lori Marketing and saying, "Oh, that's the great player over there in the Utah Jazz." No.
So who's the great player over in the Utah Jazz? Jay?
Nobody. Ace Bailey.
All right, Jay, you're right, Jay. When you're right, Jay. Fuck it. A 19-year-old gonna come in and tell 27, 28-year-old niggas to fuck the fucking way. You right.
I mean,
he ain't LeBron.
He ain't
LeBron. He ain't LeBron. No, he okay. He ain't LeBron. He ain't that generational talent.
He about 20 pounds away from being all right. He 25 away from telling.
We got to see what you do on the floor with grown men, though.
Yeah, true.
You gonna have to show and prove. All right, shit, Puff trial. Go ahead, Jay. Puff trial. What you got to say?
I mean, he got some. So he got what? He got how many charges? Dropped the other day? 3, 4,
something like that.
So they dropped the kidnapping, the arson, and the sex trafficking claims.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they have now?
The defense rests, and then the prosecution. I mean, the prosecution rests. Huh?
You think you're talking about charges, right?
Yeah. What else do you have left? The conspiracy charge. And I think one of the other sex trafficking, prostitution charge. Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 left.
It's 2 or 3 left.
Yeah.
Let that man go, man. He ain't doing nothing. He was a freak. That's it.
But hold up, man. Hold up.
Before you get your moment, I just know I don't know what the fuck how it's gonna happen. That's all. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
My guess is as good as anybody. Go ahead,
Right, I need a moment, man. So early in the week, right? I sent y'all a video, right? And how I stumbled across this video is because talking with Flea, which is Cameron's you know what I'm saying, showed up on my algorithm on YouTube. And I saw the video and I looked over and I glanced and I was like, what the fuck? Let me give you some backstory. Let me give you some backstory. 2018 was a bad year for Rel. Why was 2018 a bad year for Rel? Because my grandmother passed away in May, rest in peace, Nana. My cousin Rick passed away in July, rest in peace to Rick. And one of my best friends passed away in September, right? September 2018. And like when I say one of my best friends, he would have been a part of this podcast in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether that had been a part of the Brother Tang Clan universe or got daggone a random contributor. So rest in peace to my man Chris. Chris's wife, I won't say her name. Not important, to protect the innocent and the guilty. Everybody kind of left, right? Like all the husbands left. He passed away. A couple other husbands went on deployment. They were all in the military. I was there. I literally was like the dad of like 10 different kids. This was September 2018. Fast forward to the spring of 2019, and we go down to New Orleans for French Quarter Fest, right? My man wife, or you know what I'm saying, widow wife, took us all down there to have a good time to kind of reset. Wifey came home from overseas when she came home, we kicked it. Everybody there, you know what I'm saying? Family, kids, everybody's there. First time in New Orleans, we having a blast. Well, me and wifey go back to the hotel because she ain't seen me in a couple months because she overseas. Everybody else go to the strip club, right? Wake up the next morning, go to breakfast. Now I got to hear the stories about what happened in the strip club that night. Right. Well, my man's wife, the widow, right? I can't even say what her I want to use her damn name, right? You know what I'm saying? She says, "Well, I meet a dude, right? Well, okay, well, you know, you know, your husband passed away a couple months ago. I meet a dude. What's the dude's name? His name's Rico. Oh, cool, right? We go back to Texas. I'm living in Texas at the time. She's going back and forth to New Orleans with a dude. To go see Rico. Rico moves to Texas into T's house. I just said her name. Fuck it. We here. Right? Moves into the house. Right? So not only is he there, my kids is hanging around him. We working out together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know this nigga.
Yo, this is my man. Right? Like I wear glasses. These are prescriptions. It is not for. I'm taking the goddamn going shower, listen to my YouTube page. I look over, I see Cam's face, and I see Rico. I said, "Is that Rico?" Like, this is my man. Got his number in my phone. We Facebook friends. Like, this is my man's happy birthday, dog. What's good with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Yo, it fucked me up. That's why I said y'all gotta watch it, right? Like, we did all this shit, yo. Worked out together, spent holidays together, broke bread together. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Went on walks with him, just kicking it. He had a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this nigga. Right, like this.
This the nigga who was knocking off the other joint, Jane Doe and Puff watching.
Dog.
World small, boy.
I was like, why does this dude look like Rico? Like that was my first thought. You know, that was my initial thought. Then I played it. They popped
together?
Up. Huh?
They still together?
No, not at all. He left and moved out to Vegas where he was doing stuff. Then he moved out to Cali to go work on his acting career. Yeah, but like that's my man. I big upped him like a couple weeks ago because he was doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I looked at my phone.
He was just in New York on
I just showed JB because I knew he wasn't going to show up for the pod, so I told him the story when we went out for his birthday. And I was like, yo, did you watch the video? Like, yeah, I saw it. I like, yo, that's my man. Like, oh, you know him. I'm like, look, this is his number. Like, this is our text thread. We have a text thread. Huh? I did not hit
Didn't?
him up because it'd be like weird. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it was like low key weird. Like if it was y'all, I'd have been on y'all front door. Like there's
Right.
levels to like, you know what I'm saying, my
True.
mans in them.
That's wild
But
to see
yeah,
somebody
like it
you
was
real
crazy.
familiar with in that situation.
Real crazy. Yeah.
That's wild. And that's a
Yeah.
story.
Another 1 degree of separation from me today. And I was
1
like,
degree.
That's wild.
"Jeez."
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. So like
That's
I
wild.
didn't even know that he was got that going testifying and oh yeah, that shit crazy.
True.
The baby oil situation. He was like, I told Puff
That's
too much baby oil.
Too
But yeah,
much
he
baby
fight
oil.
MMA. Like boy got hands.
Yeah,
Like
he said he
yeah,
showed Puff some videos. Don't try no
nice.
goofy shit,
Yeah,
Puff.
like I was saying, we sparred to get like all of that shit, yo. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out in the next week or so how this Puff situation is gonna play itself out. Man, I don't know if he's going to jail, if he coming home. I feel like all of it's on the board. I don't feel like nothing's. I don't think he's going to wait for a long period of time. I think that's kind of off the table, but he could possibly do some time. I feel like he can come home tomorrow or come home when it's all said and done. I don't know how all this plays out. I thought they said the feds was official, and if anything, to me, they don't look as official as they make it out to be as far as this situation. You think it would be clear cut, if anything?
Well, that that Fed shit be like they're like, oh, the Feds got you. You got a 98% people cop out.
Right. I hear that. Yeah,
So,
I've been hearing that.
yeah, like all right, we'll see. I just don't think that the prostitution thing, like come on, dog. You know how many people you gotta go after, like federal crime, put them in jail for 30 years for prostitution, like.
I hear. Let me ask y'all
That's
this, because
weird.
I hear that. Do y'all think that the Cassie thing, without the Cassie, if he'd have just paid Cassie, none of this happens?
He did pay
just pay
Cassie.
No, I'm just saying if he'd have paid her initially before it went public.
He did.
No, he didn't. She came
He
to
paid.
him. Excuse me.
What?
She came to him with an offer. He didn't. What's the name? And then she filed whatever she filed, and that became public. And then in 24 hours, he paid it.
Yeah,
After we all knew about it.
He did pay late, but I do believe that something would have come to light if he was doing something, or even accusatory or whatever. Something
After all this
somewhere.
time,
Yeah, it's just like he paid for the tape to disappear, however many years ago, and it reappeared. Right? He
Yeah.
paid $50,000, I guess allegedly, for the tape to go away, and you, I guess, thinking your mind is gone. Right now, whether he kept it or somebody had it or whatever.
Did he
I
have
mean,
it?
I don't know how you forget that.
I think he had it. Then didn't
I
the
think
feds
he
find
had
that?
it. Yeah. Yes. And then, so how did we see it? That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know.
I just think like I feel like we've seen this play before, right? Like they didn't get OJ for the murder trial. They got him for fighting the dude for selling trying to take back his memorabilia. You know what I'm saying? Like it just like it's all weird, right? Like they had a stronger case against R. Kelly and the shit that he was doing than what they got against Puff. Like you're like, what are y'all saying? You can't just be like he running a criminal enterprise, right? It literally is the equivalent of I do a crime, and because we do a podcast together, I'm running a criminal enterprise. You know what I'm saying? It does not make the three of y'all criminals, right? Like, what do you mean criminal enterprise? Like, well, you spent your work money to do a crime. Everybody spends their money to do a crime if they're going to do the crime. Paid
for.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So do y'all think possibly? Let's say he does come home, or whatever he might do, something light, or do you think the civil stuff is over with this, or do you see it?
No.
It being a thing where there's a lot more civil stuff.
Yeah.
So he's gonna end up paying a lot more. Might end up having to pay a lot more.
Or fighting it, fighting it in court, or saying this or that didn't happen. Like the civil stuff would be your word against mine, and most people who settle with civil stuff is you're paying for it to go away, right? You know what I'm saying?
I think when we talk about like seeing this play, a bigger point can speak to, even if it always seems to be an attack either on your character, right? Accusations here, you did something there, or your bank account. So I think Murder Inc., they beat the trial, right? But in effect, you drain the bank account, you freeze them, you drain them, you can't move, you can't work, you can't keep earning, and it pretty much ruined the label as we know it, as I understand it, but they didn't go to jail for nothing, in general terms. So it's either one way or the other. They take your character and or your bank account. Now, I'm not even saying like everybody is all good, necessarily. So if you're doing crime, you're doing crime. But like the attack of the bank account part, they can put frivolous charges or made up stuff or plant stuff and just do things all the time in the big picture So I think that might be a larger discussion, if we're being honest, that I don't think we're having right now. But
So nothing will be
yeah,
the same, basically.
yeah.
If you don't go to jail, we definitely going to put you through some shit. Even
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah.
Jay?
Facts. I agree.
All right. How far are you willing to go to win on the internet? I asked this question. It kind of comes from the Jim Jones Nas thing because I hear Jim say as of late, like, yeah, basically you can't just put out music. You have to do other things, and I hear that a lot. You have to do other things to you can't just put out content. You got to do other things to bring relevance to yourself, which is improve that aspect of things. That's what I hear a lot of when I watch certain things. And for me, it's just a thing where as though I don't think I'll ever say anything that I didn't really believe. Like I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could sit back here and say something seriously. I don't know. I feel like everything I say, I mean. And if I don't see a certain amount of success in this space because of that, then that's fine. But I got to stick to who I am and what feels right to me before I say something. Let me just say something wild to hopefully, and I don't believe in it. It's not something I stand by for a recognition or likes or anything. I'm cool with being in the space I am and being true to myself more than the attention seeking or those side of things. And if I don't, if certain things don't happen as far as this type of situation, then I can live with that. But I don't feel like I will ever say things or come across a certain way to somehow be entertaining for people.
Yeah, you can live with that because you got a job.
Probably, yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to live with it if this was your source of income and to trick the algorithm and to get things going. But guess what we're doing? And it's been a long time. It's been a month and a half that Jim Jones has stayed in our algorithm, whether it was the stuff with Ghosts, whether it's, what I'm saying, him making the tours right now, talking about Dipset, whether it was being on Shay Shay with Nas, because if it wasn't for him doing all that stuff, he wouldn't have got the Shay Shay. Then you get the Shay Shay and you're arguing with Shannon Sharp, and that's going viral. So he's literally making himself and staying relevant because we're talking about it. You could have said anybody went on the internet, right? But you went to Jim Jones. So yeah, he's doing it on purpose. And yeah, he's actually brilliant for doing it because that's what works in this day and age.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you do something like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I did it last week. Okay. and got the response that I knew. Like people don't think I have Google, right? I said what I said to see how people was going to respond, and they did. And I'm cool with that.
Ultimately, that's what TikTok is, right?
Yeah.
Like you can go in there and make a video, right? Mm-hmm. And counter what, let's just say you're Lori marketing comment, right? And I could just go there, make an AI, and it blows up, and now I'm relevant again, right? So
I'm speaking to what I'm asking you. Would you say something that you didn't believe for that?
Yes.
You don't. And that's I don't know if Jay understands. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, the only people I got to be honest with is my family.
I'm talking about Jay though. No, I'm talking about Jay.
Oh,
I'm talking about what Jay talking about.
That's the only people I got to be truthful with.
I'm not selling my soul. A joke is a joke. Fun is fun. You're not gonna, I'm not gonna go in there and give me the lowdown on cool or what happened last night when y'all was together. No, I'm not doing that. That's not
right.
what I'm doing. Right. So if you want me to go in there and be me and be joking and things like that, cool. But you gonna try to put me on there under the contract and sell my soul, then no.
That's like with me and you back and forth. Bro loves that. Bro probably feels like that's something that might
absolutely
work. You know
It
what I'm saying?
does. It's
So
not. It's Mike.
if it
It
wasn't
does.
beneficial, he would tell me, "Yo, calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
I would get a text message like, "Yo, you gotta chill out." You know what I'm saying? So,
what you need to do is just listen.
but that was
Just listen. What you need to
but
do is
that's
listen.
natural. That's natural. I just couldn't. And I think, and maybe that's the break. It's harmless though. Anything we're doing is harmless. So even if you are, as Rel says, or he's plotting or he's working, like Rel used to tell me, I would say certain stuff to you because I know it's going to trigger you, and I'm gonna get a response out of you. That's part of what we're doing. It's all in. Nobody's getting hurt in that manner. Even with the Nas, Jim Jones thing, I'm saying that nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's gonna. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not okay. So I did go to that because that was on my mind, but I'm just saying something. Some people say stuff that they really don't mean, and then it could be consequences for it. And I think that really happens in the real world. Besides,
sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would never do anything like that. Like, if I don't believe in it, I'm not gonna ever just.
I'm not taking anything. This is y'all my brothers, right? I don't care what you say. You can say it playfully. You can say it truthfully. If I take it to heed, then I'm coming to you. I'm knocking on your doorstep saying, "Hey, yo, when you said that, did you mean that?" Now, cool, off the air, whatever. But I'm not gonna take what no one, when I can outdo your red cup each week. I'm not gonna take what you say to him.
Let me tell you something. You said
I'm just
you
telling you
talking about knocking on my door. When you said I'll come knock on your door, you saw knocking on my door.
I got knocking on your door. I got a key.
Yeah. You come in here with a key if you want. Shit.
I got a key.
You gonna walk in?
With the furniture moving.
What you say? You gonna walk over? You gonna limp out? Yeah. Let's see if you leave out of here the same way you came in this motherfucker.
Hey, cool. Tell me I got a key.
Hey,
go ahead, cool.
Hey, man. So no, I think definitely like I think it's a spectrum, right? It's not kind of either or. If you're talking hot take, if you're talking devil's advocate, if you're talking terms like clickbait, if you're talking purposefully, for example, misspelling a social media post to add that engagement to whatever facts you're laying out, they do that, and then that's a thing, right? So that's part of the spectrum. On the spectrum is messing with people while they at like Home Depot, hitting them in the head, which like I don't think I would react well to that if I had a social media guy come up to me in a public space, like playing and all that kind of stuff like that, even just right now. So I could never be that guy. And could I have an opinion or play the other side of the opinion if I see it and I can advocate for it, that I could do that. I could not go against certain, principles and things that just regular man wouldn't make sense to me. It ain't for sale. Like ain't none of that. And it's not even like necessarily something hard written, right? Like never wear a dress kind of thing. But like it's some innate kind of sense. Like, hey, don't pose my son like that, looking over his shoulder no more on his belly. We're not doing that kind of sense. And so I could never do that to get famous, internet famous. I think what Jim is doing is like I said, I think that's inbounds, right? When really Wayne did it when he said best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. Jay-Z did it if you ever said I'm the best rapper. Like to me, that's like, yeah, put my stuff up there.
King of the South from T.I.
Yeah, King of the South. King of the South. You know what I mean? Put my stats up there. Now you Google the stats and it's crazy to hear how wrong he was, but that's neither here nor there. Right? Neither here nor there, Jim. It's working. So like when you talk about the formula for who's in your face, the relevancy part, there is a non-rap relevancy part to how you got to stay in front of the people. You got to have something to sell though, like music or whatever you're selling. So for sure.
Have y'all seen the clip by the guy's name White Chocolate on White Dolomite or whatever on IG? Well, he has a phone case, and the phone case is shaped like a gun. And he goes up to take pictures, and what he does sometimes he'll be like, he'll go to a girl and say, can I make a video with you to make my ex-girlfriend jealous? And the girl will make the video. Well, he goes up and try to take a picture, and he's around a group of men. and it looks like a gun, and they're about to whip his ass. And come into the crowd is Trey. And Trey goes, "Man, don't come to Houston doing this. I don't know how you got this far, but you about to make me do some stuff and go real viral real quick. I can't do something like that. To play with a man that, there were people that just because they're entertainers and rappers and things like that, some of these people, they live that life. Like I'm one of those people, right? You'll never catch me without a pistol on me. I don't care what state, city, whatever.
Jay, don't tell the whole world that.
You will never catch me without a flamethrower. I don't care. I'm like Boosie.
I ain't even talking about for niggas. I'm talking about them folks. Them folks pull up on your ass and you ain't licensed in that town.
I'm
Your ass
telling
gonna be
you.
sitting in somebody's cell. It is what it is. I don't even think, but
I go to 40. I got a 40 when I go to the bathroom. I'm
Even
not
with
playing.
even with what you saying, it's boys that play in the hood like that. You talking about playing around, tell the truth, and I can dig that. But you don't go. It's guys who do these things. They in the hood, or they with people, or they'll come up to your lady and do certain things. I can never do nothing like that. Them games y'all play, somebody gonna really get hurt playing them games.
That's because you're a man of a certain age, though, right? If I bet you, if you was 20 years younger, you would feel differently, right? Like Speed used to be doing some outrageous stuff, like the video of him farting in that girl's face, right? Like right there on live, like he said something about Drake on a video a long time ago, but like Speed is right there under Kai.
If I was 20 years younger, not raised the way I was or around the people I was raised around, is what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Anything's possible in that space.
That's what I'm saying.
But Tyrone,
but it's some young boys out here that do better than that.
Yeah, Tyrone was hilarious though.
Tyrone got his knocked. I'm Tyrone, and he got his knocked out.
Yeah.
You go to the wrong place.
A lot of them dudes,
we did that shit for a long time, and that shit went crazy.
Yeah.
Remember the clip where in Kentucky when somebody talked bad to you and they got knocked out in the barbershop? Not playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing with these people out here.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask y'all this. With the whole Tyrese Halliburton situation. And I even remember heading into them last couple of games.
Oh, when you say situation, what you mean?
As far as I'm getting hurt.
Okay.
I remember it being before he even got hurt. They brought up KD, they brought up Clay. Those things were being brought up, and it was even said that the kind of injury he had could lead to further damage and a possible Achilles situation. That was even said before it happened. And you hear players say, or I think he even said, it's game 6, game 7 for a championship. I'm going to play. Is it worth it? And I say, is it worth it? Because I think of somebody like Isaiah Thomas, the little Isaiah Thomas, who played for the Celtics, who in one playoff run, his sister had got killed and he had got hurt and played through an injury. And then the Celtics didn't care. All the sacrifice he did, all the things he did for that team, in those moments when it came time to trade him or time for a contract, nobody in the league cared. And Isaiah Thomas ain't been the same since that run. So that it's kind of like so end of the day, is the possibility of a championship even worth your career? Because if you don't play, he don't care. Oh, he could have put, like we hear I can't remember who it was the last year or so. Somebody was really, really hurt and they didn't play, and that was he's not playing or he could play. I don't know if it was football, I don't know if it was basketball, NBA.
You said about LJ when he had that
that might have been
it was a knee.
Right, and then you're the bad guy because the team wins regardless. If you play, the team wins because you play. But if you don't play, the team's nobody blames the Boston Celtics for Isaiah Thomas. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of been on my mind. How do y'all feel about that? If you know your career's ahead of you, you 26 years old, your career's ahead of you. I might get back, I might never get back. But a calf injury, and going into the off season, and you sit them 2 games, or you sit that 1 game, and then Achilles, and you're out the whole next year.
I'm going to literally defer to the expert on this podcast to respond first.
I was, if he was going to play, I was surprised that he wasn't probably heavily braced of some sort. Okay. We've seen calf strain turn into an Achilles tear in the finals before. It happened to Kevin Durant.
Right.
Right. So there is something to like a thickening of the Achilles tendon back there that's more than just an acute or now inflamed thing. It happened yesterday versus it's been chronically ongoing over weeks and months. There's a big difference, and there are changes that can be seen, that can be visualized, that can be measured, like with an MRI and such. Right. So they knew, somebody knew, somebody, at least it's somebody's job to know, and that you can't even blame anybody. If he said he knew, then I'm certain that he was confronted with a reality. Well, I should be certain. I can't be certain, but I would hope that he was confronted with the actual reality that he could tear his, Achilles. Why there wasn't a mutual, hey, at least you got to brace it thing. We won't let you play unless you brace it, right? Or whatever the case may be. But the fact that it was game 7 and all of that, I can see the pull and the lure, for him to play as a player, and I can understand as an organization, with the risks laid out, not not forcing him to sit down in that instance, as well. I'm not sure it's worth it though. Ultimately, I'm not sure it's worth it, right? And, KD is a unicorn for as much as flack as we give him. He's a unicorn in and of itself. So being as tall as he is and being able to do what he does, it is what it is. But like Isaiah Thomas injury is a good example of them not caring, not the big them, right? And so plus it's so late in the season for such an injury. It's a really, really tall task because you don't even know how that's going to threaten his ability to play into next year, and effectively. We've known it really historically to be a heel 1 year and need another year to get back to your old self injury. So we'll see, man. I don't think necessarily it's worth it. I'm more question why he didn't have a brace, but I guess we'll see.
I totally agree, Cool. With, obviously what you say, because you're the expert in this. The funniest thing, and not the funny thing about it is, hopefully the brother, recovers quickly and has a great recovery. As soon as it happened, I was right there. Boom, cool. Like it's because you can see it. You see it, right? And so why wasn't he given the option? And the biggest thing is these shoes, right? Like these shoes that these guys are wearing. Every single one from what they got is like a low cut shoe, and I don't see why they, especially if you have this injury already or you're susceptible to, you see how I use that big word flush, susceptible to injury right there, then why not use a shoe or a brace to help you where you can get through this game and possibly win that championship instead of wearing this low cut shoe that has no type of ankle support, nothing to brace you to make that move to pivot to and play off of that foot. Because as soon as he planted it, you see it, you seen it, right? So to wear a shoe to give these guys an option of shoes, you need it. Just because you're not a big man don't mean you don't need to wear high tops or mids or whatever. But
Is anybody wearing high tops and mids?
it's a couple people in the league that wear them. I mean, they just they wear them. PJ wears sometimes mids.
Let me ask you. Was there something that was developed in the last year? What made it so? What made are you aware of maybe what made it go from being let's wearing high top and mids and that's what we wear to wearing these low top shoes?
I
Was there
don't
anything?
know. No, I mean that's a good question. It actually happened a few years back. If you ask me, Kobe Bryant was still alive when some of these, the low cuts, happened. But it seemed at the time to be like more fashion
Yes.
The look.
reasons, right? You
Trying to
know,
be cute. I'm trying to be
than
cute.
anything. Yeah, and so I'm of an experience where I would even say, don't show me what's this, the analytics. Don't show me on the analytics on something like this. You can't say numbers or talk this to me. When you roll your ankle on the playground, right? And you had the proper shoes, what did we do? We tied them tighter, right?
Right.
It stands to reason, even on that level, it stands to reason that if you tie them tighter to begin with, for example, right, you might not have injured to begin with. So to have a low versus that high, just without an education, right? You don't have nothing to tie past the very joint that you just rolled. If we're being honest, now Achilles may be a little different, but the point, and I'll kind of end it here in the answer is that all that money that these companies making, it sounds and seems like there needs to be a lot of science based shoe design things that come into play. I don't think you can AI that. I don't think you can just analytics this, because they might pull some numbers and say, well, the injuries are equal or whatever. You know, people want to deflect, but we know you tied your shoes when you was 15 years old if you rolled your ankle, right? So put some money and investments into the money you make out of the very shoes that you're selling, into the science behind the shoe design in order to help these injuries. I think Joe Flacco actually has some kind of thing, cleat maybe he's sold or tried to sell before, that has that kind of understanding behind it, right? With science and data back, then make it cute, right? You could do both things, but come on. I don't know. I do think the season and the way these guys play and all that kind of stuff play. I think we said it not too long ago that 80 something games was a long season seemingly. So anyway, yeah, that's my understanding. I think it was more fashion, and then it just did what it did, which is sell shoes because people like them.
Iceberg.
Yeah, fashion's part of it, and I think it's part like player comfort in whatever they perceive as player comfort. Bro, I don't do no physical activities that involve my legs without my ankle brace. I don't care if that's basketball, baseball. I have my ankle braces on when we play kickball, right? Like, I just don't play around like that. You ain't gonna catch me like, yo, lace them up. No, right? Even in the gym, I have my ankle braces right there. You know what I'm saying? I have my shoes ready. I just don't play around like that. And I don't think I would play around like that if I was worth $50 million a year.
Right. And that was on the line too.
Yeah, and Halliburton is done next year, right? So that's part of it. When we talking about, they talking about the East is wide open, right? It might be the next year, like, because we talking about no Tatum, no Dame, you know what I'm saying? No Halliburton at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, not enough for them to recover. Hell, shit, say they come back in January. Still not enough time. Like,
and you still got to get back in basketball shape.
To Cool's point, yeah.
We talked about, not to interrupt you, we talked about in the chat, Lonzo Ball and his health came up, right? But Lonzo Ball, you know, I think the idea was great, big baller brand, but you can't just put anything on anybody's feet, because he's made comments or mentioned, or there's been some, thought about part of the injury part, being a part of playing in a shoe that doesn't have the things it might need at that high level for him to compete long term without injury. You
talking about millions of dollars that he won't see because of what he's been through. He really got to show people. So his next contract, I think he on his last year, he just got traded to Cleveland. Ain't nobody giving him no crazy bag, knowing what he been out the last 2 years, no matter how good his season is.
Oh no, that crazy bag, that's over for him.
Right. So I mean, was the big baller brand? He did have those shoes on when he got hurt.
No.
Oh, okay.
The shoe never became a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think about? And this is another question we can start off with. Cool. Training staff possibly not giving all the information. Do you think that was a thing before? Do you think that's possible in current day?
Yes.
Yeah. They work
Yeah,
for the team.
right. No,
Right. I'm just
that's
thinking of
exactly.
unethical
No,
doctor.
you
You know,
no look.
It's
You,
do no
man,
harm, but
what Jay-Z had the song Allure, right? You know, basically the drug dealer is as addicted to the lifestyle as the drug addict is the whole point if you don't understand the metaphor, right? The reality is there's something to access. Okay. So if you telling me as a professional, hey, Ravens, we want to pay the people's podiatrist, right? You know, X amount. And this getting to the how what would you do to be famous? We want to pay you X amount to come in and be adjacent to the team. Now I get to hang and do and be at the game and all that. So now it comes down to make a decision, and on the fence decisions happen a lot in real life. You know, there are plenty of opportunities, more than not, where this is the word in a clinical space for me. For me, for example, there are opportunity where it's a question, right? Do you want this injection or not? Does it hurt bad enough? There are plenty of times where you need this injection. There are plenty of times where, or enough times where, do you want this injection is a decision. There are certainly times where no, you're not it's not injection worthy, ready. You don't need it, right? And so if I'm for the team and the team wants this player on the field of the court, you know, and you making those decisions, but one person pays me, right?
right.
That I can't tell you how I would react in earnest when it comes to those 50-50 balls, because I usually involve the patient in those decisions. There's nobody else
There's no
in
third
the
party.
room. There's no
Right.
third
The
party.
billion-dollar third party, by
There's
the
no
way.
billion-dollar third party with the jet we was on type. You whatever
Yeah,
that looks
Right.
like.
yeah.
All that
Right?
stuff
The
that come
third
with that
party to change your
lifestyle.
life and
Change
your
your
Right.
family's
life.
life.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Right. You on
Shotty
the
from
field,
Beat
you on
Me.
the field, you on the field, you doing this, you at the
Yeah,
parties, you at
Yeah.
yeah,
the Christmas party crazy.
yeah.
Shrimp
Mhm.
this
And
big, you know what I mean?
so, and I'm just talking from a strong maybe perspective. I ain't talking about no malintent.
Mhm.
None whatsoever. So now I got the patient that be like, ah, yeah, or yeah, no. But I don't even know. Now I got who am I reporting to? The coaches say, I know they say we defer to the, but come on, man. We know it happens, all the time. Just like they stash injuries, they can hide, things that they know. Somebody said it. NFL players have mentioned, these things, and I
Mhm.
don't know the most recent scenario of that, but I'm certain we can find something. So it's even without malintent, because then it boils down to how can I sleep at night, right?
Right.
So without malintent, if it's a 50-50 ball, I'm supposed to have one person. That's a great question. I'm supposed to have one person that I'm going at it 50-50 because you on the line, not another entity $1 billion with your paycheck,
All
right?
right, but
So
what about the other aspect of it when it's the player who wants to play but shouldn't play?
that's an easy
And
one.
they putting that pressure on you to, yo, come on, man, I need to play. I need this bonus if I don't play this. You get what I'm saying? That's
That's
easier.
that's an easy one for me because my answer gonna be, no. My answer would be, well, as long as you know the risk, but he got to wear a brace. If he don't wear a brace, I ain't signing off on it. Not like he know the risk and he willing to sign and is
Go
done.
in there and pray about it.
Yeah, there is something. There is some. That's one of them things that I can't like
Like the
necessarily write
concussion, like
then.
a concussion or something
Like,
where it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Sit him down, right? Like, I mean,
I'm clear. Let me come on, man.
yeah, I can't do that. I
But I'm
couldn't do
glad you said that too, Flood. Like, think about it. The concussion is an independent entity from the team. You know what I'm saying? In the league and the person, right? So they took that away, but you don't do that with everything, which is
right.
crazy.
Why
to
is it like
me.
that across the
You
board?
know what I'm
It
saying?
should
Why
be
like that across the
independent.
board?
It should
Right.
be independent across
Yeah.
the board and across sports leagues while we
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
If you
that's
think now you do that, now it's back to me and you, right?
the right. Right.
Yeah, I don't really take your job's consideration into my medical evaluation and decision making, right? I take what you do for your job into my medical, but I don't take who they doctors or they HR. I don't know what they talking about. Already, like I don't know what they talking about. They got to know what I'm talking about, right?
Mhm.
So either I'm writing it on this letter in this letterhead, or they got their own form I need to fill out. Everything else is what it is.
Then you got the situations where they go seek a second option and go see somebody else that's away from the team if the player feels like.
So people probably don't. I don't mean to haul, but people probably don't exercise that enough. They always have those stories as like an epiphany, like after 6 months, that was 6 months or whatever. The cancer and old boy here from that went Washington, and then whatever. It was misdiagnosed. So like the MRSA infections that's been breakouts in these rooms, those things are real, threatening people's joints. Right? I know they can be pustules on your own, but they could be eroding knee bones in your joints if you get into the wrong situation in these locker rooms. Remember, a few years back, some outbreaks. So like, not to vilify the team because nobody wants their investment to be jacked up either. But like, I could definitely see how an owner could lean on somebody without the maybe conviction that I might have and people that like me might have. And you get a punctured lung or something. I don't know. I mean, I ain't mean to throw that guy out of the butt. Who got the punctured lung?
The best depiction of this was what's the movie? Any Given Sunday. When they was oh well he can play. Let's give him some cortisol in his back and he can go out there and throw the ball or what I mean. So they.
All the sports movies, bro. The Program, right? You name it. You know what I'm saying?
What's my one with Booby Miles in it?
Oh yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Tyrod Taylor, 2020 punctured lung, led to Justin Herbert starting. They was trying to give him an injection. He get doctor punches his lung. Man, come on.
I forgot.
Hey Jay, I see you been reading your dictionary, man. A lot of 7-8 letter words, man. Like it's a beautiful thing, man. Goodness gracious. You got your glasses on, looking like you got bean pies on deck. Like, I respect it, baby. I see. You look like a Philly dude for real.
Chat JayPT.
He mad because I cook better than him. It's okay.
And you got more grades than me too, old ass nigga. Old face Andre ass nigga. Jay-Z possible Super Bowl performing. I think Hov can do the Super Bowl. Why not?
Hov?
I think it was always, one of the things where you in charge, so you can't be the first one out because it just don't look right. I'm gonna put everybody else, let everybody else go, but he already had it in his plans for him to be to eventually get the Super Bowl.
Hov do a Super Bowl is gonna be like Remember the video from the Black album, Fade to Black? It's gonna be like a new one of those. Like he's gonna have a couple special guests. He's gonna have B come out there. He may have I don't know, Young Guns or Freeway or
that's not happening.
Just let me finish talking. All right. What you need to do is listen. Don't cut me off.
Talking about some Young Guns and Freeway. Is you crazy? The fuck is you done lost shit. And they from Philly. Like I love them. Super Bowl.
I got a 1 degree of separation story.
Drake. What the fuck are you talking about, Jack?
But I mean, I why not? Why not? I mean,
they lining up for what's the Taylor Swift? She they better go ahead and get it while they can get it. Because they ain't gonna have how many more years they gonna get this hip hop / R&B run off without a somebody Tootsie Roll or what's the boy name?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll go get a shot. There's a couple niggas waiting.
If you want country, get Shabuzi. We can make this happen. Don't you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cowboy
Shabuzi got 15 minutes of catalog.
No, you're gonna do Blanco Brown. They're gonna do Blanco Brown and Kane Brown for country if you want to go black.
Kane Brown is
so Kane Brown, Blanco Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be watching that Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, Hov could do it. You gotta I call them stadium joints, right? Once you, especially as an artist, you gotta have a certain amount of stadium joints that would sound good in a stadium, in my opinion. And he gonna play 99 Primes and them kind of songs. I mean, no disrespect. It is what it is. I'm saying he could do it, in that space. He probably wanted to do it all along, like you said, Fluff. But he could come out first. He can't bring out Young Guns and like Freeway. He ain't enough time to to put that because people not gonna necessarily know certain things, in my opinion, and he ain't gonna be all black. Now maybe I'm wrong.
I need to
But
start talking like you, cool, because I say it is a fucking you say it so well. And don't nobody I'm about to start writing notes to cool to get the shit off I want to get off. Boss.
shout
I can
out
say it and
to
Jay not interrupt me.
shout out
Go
to
ahead, cool.
Freeway. He actually performed at the Rich had a
Christmas
gala,
joint.
the gala a fundraiser for the Rich program. Shout out to Cuzzo, Mike Battle, our brother in effect. But Freeway was there, and we like this close to him, and it was a good time, man.
Like literally,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
could have touched him. Like even
Yeah.
though what we do is
Right.
wrong. No, he
Hey,
bodied
with the
it.
bottom.
Like no,
Yo,
we
yeah.
was
Yeah.
jumping. Oh, Duke was dancing.
Mhm.
Like don't get it
Mhm.
twisted.
Shout out Queen Darlene.
Yeah.
All right. Peep the Blitz. I'm about to say where my shit at. Like, hold up, what's going on? All right.
Slow ass.
You're having a bad day, and this song comes on and changes your mood. What's that song?
Queen, don't stop me now.
I got a couple of them. Sounds of Blackness. Head to the Sky.
Ooh. Yeah, like you gotta
Right.
cut it all the way up. Like you can't
Right.
listen to it on low, and you
Right.
gotta belt it
Right.
with like as long as you keep
Right.
your
That's my
head
that's
to the
my
sky.
that's probably
Yeah.
my
Okay.
that's probably
Right.
my
You
I
can
leave
win.
it there.
Go.
Yeah.
All right.
You do it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that? I can't. I had it because every time I hear it, I swear the Drake and Chris Brown joint. Trips that you plan for the next 1 week.
Oh, you got it, joint.
You
Yeah.
got
But
that's a
every
banger.
time
That's a
I
banger.
hear that joint, it's just like
okay.
it makes me feel good inside.
Mhm.
I don't know why. It's something about that for me.
That just made you seem real light skinned real quick. I just can't see that. Like,
You definitely said Drake and Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I just knew you were gonna say some lot shit or some good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, cool.
I thought you were gonna say we gonna make it. That's what I really
listen. Like he just see him in the mirror, like, oh, just for a week.
Jay, what's your song, Jay?
You
got it.
Jay, what's your song, yo?
Honestly, mine like Slipping by DMX.
Okay.
Like
That make you feel good.
that made me just get in the mood. Like, give me that. Give me like Through the Wire. Kanye.
Why you say it like it was a bad song though, Flush?
I don't know.
Like,
When I
I'm
think of that, it's
slipping,
more of a
I'm falling,
sad.
I can't get up. I got to get up so I can dance.
Yeah.
Like that's
true,
a
true. I don't know, it's
motivational
just
song.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know why it feels sad to me.
Because
I
it
don't know why
got that
The tone,
little,
yeah. No
dark
more
album.
getting high, drinking 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Get back in the middle of my split.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Jay. What else?
So or Through the Wire.
Kanye.
Yeah, that get me.
Yeah, that's one of them things too.
Yeah. Lucifer, get me going. I love Lucifer. Right? I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah.
All right, put these three in order. First to third. Her, SZA, Summer Walker. For me, it's her, Summer, and SZA. SZA in third for me, personally.
I'm SZA, Summer, her.
SZA, Summer, her.
Her, Summer, SZA.
Oh shit, Jay, you trying to be like me?
That kind of tracks. I'm not the biggest her fan. I ain't gonna hold you.
Cool. Did you say?
Let's say the same thing. SZA,
Summer, her.
Yeah.
And that's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. And then me and Jay said the same thing.
Yeah.
Nobody got Summer first though.
No.
I mean, if you said somebody like LMA or you know what I'm saying?
No, LMA ain't on the. I don't think she on that level. All right. Ring culture. How do you feel about ring culture? Should that have been a topic?
2 weeks ago, it should have been a topic.
Right.
But today, it's Peep the Blitz. I think that, again, once you get to, there's no next level. You know what I'm saying? There's not NBA plus, right? It's like you go into the league to win the championship. That's literally why you have 82 games, 30 teams, and you have, you know what I'm saying, the playoffs with the play-in, and then you got free agency and lottery. Like, that's what you're trying to do. Every owner wants to win a championship. I don't care what league it is. Pee-wee, high school,
Right.
college, NBA, NFL. Everybody wants to win. Ring culture is a thing.
What's the shit that you go to the YMCA?
Yeah. Church league. Like Kevin Hart always talking about the church league.
Yo, I think it's I think it depends on. I think it's different for NBA than NFL because there's so many players, there's so many different. Like a defensive lineman, I don't think it's ring culture in a defensive lineman. A defensive lineman can't control because there's so many. I say that because all right, when you got 10,
I think
5 to 10, huh?
I think you're wrong.
Okay, in my head, you got 5 to 10 players, and if I'm on the floor and I'm in the starting five, I control the offense and defense. If I'm a corner, I have less of an effect on the championship than I feel like a person who starts on an NBA team.
Oh, you're completely wrong.
Yeah, you're completely wrong.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
11 people have to do their job, and that means everybody has to do their job. The offense, you went defensive lineman, which I thought you were gonna go O lineman, right? Because people would say that the O lineman is less.
No, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that.
You said D line.
No. What I'm saying is a defensive lineman. I don't feel like they
contribute.
Right. You can be a Hall of Fame, like you can be considered one of the best defensive linemen and not win. Then you could be a shooting guard or a point guard in the NBA and not win. It's less fault to a defensive because I can only control so much of the game. You get what I'm saying?
No,
you still feel like I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah. If I'm a defensive lineman like Holy Nada, I'm controlling that game. If I'm breaking through every time, and then now you gotta double team me,
Aaron Donald,
or whoever it may be.
Right.
I'm definitely controlling that game. I'm controlling that clock.
Okay, but I'm saying you still can't put points on the board to a certain extent. Now we've seen the
take
Ravens
points off the board.
You can.
Right.
But if I'm a point guard with the ball in my hand for 34 minutes out of the 48 minutes, you don't think I have more of a say on the game than a defensive lineman do?
So I can't strip you, I can't sack you, I can't stick to you.
It might be NFL versus NBA in that instance because you got Myles Garrett, who clearly has been the best player in what's name with no chance of sniffing the championship. Then you got Aaron Donald, who also can control what's name and is an integral part of it. The championship situation.
Right.
So, they don't play offense specifically, even though they both can and probably have, contributor scores somewhere along the line. But I do get both sides. I do get both points. They can't go put up the point. They can't then be the quarterback, for example. Right. So if you Cleveland, where you haven't gotten the quarterback right in a long time, then you just Myles Garrett in Cleveland.
Right. But so that's what I'm saying. So I think like what I'm saying is it means more when you talk about ring culture in the NBA, I think that matters more than it means in the NFL because of that situation. Because it's like when you talk LeBron, you talk about the best, the rings do count because you have more of a say in the whole course of the game than it's 54 people that do this. So you need 54 things to go right, no matter how good I am. If I'm the best kicker in NFL history, I never missed a field goal. But that don't mean I'm going to win the Super Bowl because of that. You get what I'm saying? It still seem off to y'all too, or no?
Yeah, but I mean, people argue that the best point guard ever was Allen Iverson, and he ain't got a chip in either. And neither does John Stockton.
Who argues that Allen Iverson is the best? I don't even consider Allen Iverson the point guard, but
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying if I can produce sacks and strips and safeties every game, I'm putting points on the board, right?
That doesn't happen every game. You think you're the best player to ever lace up in general because the best defense. Lawrence Taylor didn't do that every week.
I'm just saying.
Prime didn't do that every week.
But you said, if I'm getting 5 sacks, let's say 3 sacks a game.
Nobody gets 3 sacks a game, Jay.
That's not true.
That's not what.
Who ever had 3 sacks a game?
He's just giving you an example. Don't be so cynical with it. You know what I'm saying? Just give you an example.
If I'm giving you 3 sacks a game, that's 48 sacks. That's shattering every
Right.
The sack
Okay,
record
fine.
is
Sack
history.
every other game. Sure.
sack,
Right.
Right, that's something different.
a sack and a half a game. Bruce Smith. There you go.
Bruce Smith.
33
That's still,
I'm
that's
just
still
saying.
20, 28, 29 sacks, which never happens.
Well, people got records for these numbers. It's like, well, the
Right,
sack
and don't
numbers
nobody
like,
in the sack record ain't 29.
it's
Was it
33.
22, 23?
Something like
No,
that. That's what I'm saying.
it's
You might get a sack. You might have a.
it's-
You'll have a
it's-
game. Derek
it's
Thomas
23
had
and a
5
half.
sacks. Derek
It's
Thomas
23 and a
had.
half. It's TJ Watt, right?
Okay, right. Okay, that's and how much is that a game? That's one in the one in close to 1 1/4 maybe.
JJ Watt. No, TJ. Yeah, 22 and a half and 21. And Michael Strahan. Yeah. Michael
Right.
Strahan.
Right, 3
And
sacks a
TJ Watt.
game is blowing that out the water.
Yeah, I don't think that's the point.
But I said,
Yeah, no, that's the point. A sack. Yeah.
I said, if.
Yeah, a sack, but okay, a sack is one play. And so I get my sack, boom, first quarter. I get my sack the first play of the game. It's still how many more offensive plays left in that game?
3.
I
No.
don't. A sack is not necessarily the barometer or the measuring point for the daggone defensive lineman. Like it's like the
Right.
star on top of the Christmas tree. That don't mean you ain't got bulbs and lights and candy
Right.
canes.
So
It's just
you
the
have
pinnacle of
interruptions,
But
or you have rush-
disruptions. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Tackling the quarter, the running back in the
Hits,
backfield,
right.
harries, hits, all that stuff matters, right?
Right.
Or just the sheer presence of having these people there. I think that when you talk about ring culture, it's the person who gives a fuck about it and the person who doesn't. The greatest thing Tom Brady ever said, you know what my favorite ring is? The next one. You know what I'm saying? Who else talk like that? Nobody. Who else got 7 rings? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I agree with the OG. Cool. You know, we're talking apples and oranges, basketball and NFL. You know what I'm saying? That's like going in the kitchen and you trying to make oxtails against me. Like my shit's gonna be fire. You're gonna be mad. Like it's some things that you gonna make better than me. It's some things you gonna make better than me, and it's some things I'm gonna make better than. Yes, O'Neal, I'm talking to you.
No,
So
no. There's nothing you're gonna make that's better than what I make in the kitchen.
You're wild.
In the kitchen, you
probably
probably shoot better than me. It's things. See, like we gotta be realistic and shit. Like it's certain shit. Like you say things that are unrealistic. Like you can hoop.
No.
That's unrealistic. You can cook better than me. If we went to the gun range, I'm not gonna expect you to say I can shoot better than Jay, and Jay got 30 guns, and I don't have a gun.
I got 25 pots in the kitchen. What you mean? What you talking about?
Right, but you still ain't fucking with me. You ain't got these hands, baby. You wasn't born with these.
I do this.
No,
Chef
you
Black
don't do that.
Angus. I got it on
You
the
don't do
road.
that.
I got it on the road. Chef Black
So
Angus.
when you come around, why you don't never cook?
Huh? Got that guy up in the corner.
Who tastes your food? Cool, you ever taste this food?
Bro.
No, I can answer that for you. Cool.
I have.
No.
Yes.
Bro.
Cool. Have you tasted my food? Cool.
Yeah.
You see how it is when Neef hit the when
Jake
Neef
can
come
throw
down south.
Jake can throw down.
No,
he can.
I gotta.
No, he can cook.
You gotta. You talk shit to me, and you know what's up. He don't cook when I'm around.
Who?
You.
Why?
I don't know why.
I make my little brother cook. Fuck out of here.
See.
Like,
You.
but when you ain't around, guess who cook?
Listen, hey, let me ask you something.
No. When you ain't around, guess who cook?
Hey, listen. Jay,
No. When you ain't around, guess who cook? No.
Jay, let me ask you
When
something,
you
Jay.
ain't around, guess who cook?
Jay, let me ask you something. Bob call your phone and say, did Bob call your phone and say, when you coming to make chicken? No, he don't do that with you.
Oh, Ty.
You don't need no Bob. That's the thing. You know, Ty. You don't need no Bob like that. Like, what are you talking about? Listen. Do Bob call you and say, am I giving up my room because you coming to town?
Listen.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to hear what you saying.
When I came on, they said, hey, they said, you coming over to make them oxtails? I said, yeah, I'm bringing
No, they didn't say that. They said, yo, you going right? You leaving after this? You leaving after this? Nigga, I can't come and just leave, nigga. That don't happen.
Pause.
I can't show up and not cook. Pause. I can't show up and not cook, bro.
I showed them PJs cooking.
Listen, it's certain stuff you do. You probably live more than me. You shorter than me. You got your shrimps. Your beard longer than mine. I can't grow my beard that long, Jay. I'm not gonna say my beard longer than Jay. We can obviously see it's not. That's just like us cooking. Obviously, you can't fuck with me.
We got what, 4 cooks on this cast, right?
Man, I can't speak to nothing else but what I do, pimping. I can't speak to nothing else.
Okay.
God bless. All right, I want to shout out Mark Lamont Hill for straightening Melissa Ford out. Appreciate you, pimp. Been 2 years in the making.
I gotta watch it though.
Dog, I'm talking about.
I gotta see it too.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Got right with it.
Yeah.
For real.
But see, and that's the twist because she can play. No, because she. It bothers me that she runs to the stuff that you can hide behind, and she's just real good with that shit. And he
Most
really
women
said it
are.
in a way. He's
I got something to
Most
hide
women
behind.
are.
He said it in a way where you couldn't hide behind it, and he just. That's oh my goodness.
Yeah, she need to come behind me. That's what she needs.
Y'all the same height. How she gonna hide behind you? Well, you is a little wider, so but y'all about the same height.
Oh,
You ain't never lied.
Definitely pause.
If you're not watching The Beer season 4, they back at it and they.
It's on already?
Yes, sir.
What? How many episodes?
back
I don't
at
fuck
it.
with you like that.
I only watched 2 episodes. It was like we watched them last night,
Oh,
and they back in the mix.
all
One of the
right.
best shows on TV.
The Bear
Bear?
is great.
Period.
The
Yes.
Bear is great.
I just started it.
You know, I watched the other day Escape from Dannemore. Like I never
What the hell is
even.
that?
That's the it's a docuseries. Well, not it's a movie miniseries produced by Ben Stiller, and it was about the 2 escaped convicts from the Dannemore prison in New York, and they both were sleeping with the lady who helped them get out of jail. This happened back in 2015. One of them died, one of them got apprehended, and she did like 5 years in jail.
The white lady, right?
Yeah.
Duh.
I remember that.
Like,
Yeah, you get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, but not the most recent one. It was one more recent where she let the
Okay.
dude out. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about.
She put him no, this one, like the escape was daring. But yeah, it's on Netflix. Quick 8 episodes. It was really good. Like I knew about the story, but I had never watched the miniseries.
Quick question: is Draymond Green's career a Hall of Fame career without the championships?
Yes.
I think because of the defensive player of the year joints he got off.
Yeah.
indeed.
He was integral in that big 3, and he was the big 3 in the big 3.
True.
Yeah. Homegrown too.
Anybody got anything? I don't even want to talk that Celtic shit. I'm cool. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to JB. Shout out to PJ.
Juicer.
Juice. My bad, bro. My bad. Juice. Not personally. Not like cook food.
Yeah. Dre already hit the chat. Like,
yeah,
I'll be back next week.
I'm back next week. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 186. We out of here. Love y'all, man.
Got it.
Love y'all.
Hey, Jay, go play in traffic. God bless. No, don't go play in traffic.